What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dole back again with a preview show. I hope everyone's fit and well. Forest are back at City Ground, this time against inform Aston Villa. Tough game. If you are watching this, make sure you get your score predictions in the chat, or if you are rewatching this, in the comment section as well. So I will reply back to you. Are we going to win? Tough game. Before I get Rich on, just two things I want to say. Honestly, as you know, Dave Asprey, who's always on his channel all the time, but his dad sadly passed away last week. So I want to say my apologies to Dave and his family. Roy, top guy, or you speak to him after the game. But yeah, he's going to be sadly missed as well. And the review show as well. This is to my members. If you are a member to my channel, if you want to be on my review show on Sunday, 8 o'clock, but this is for members only who are members to the channel. Only two people that I want, you can come on Sunday's review show. Feel free to message me or email me or Instagram, and you can come on the review show as well. Right, let's get the guest on. He's been on here before. He's happy as Larry because Aston Villa are on form. This time last year, we was talking about it wasn't playing great, but now, Rich, you've got to see, if anyone can see in the chat, he's got the biggest grin in his life because, as you know, Villa are on form, and Rich is going to talk about how Villa are doing. So, people in the chat, please show some love to Rich. Rich, how's things?
Yes, really good. Thanks, Ben. Really, really good, mate. First of all, condolences to your friend Dave and his family. So yeah, obviously condolences to him, and hope he's feeling better. Hope he and his family are feeling better very soon in terms of dealing with that. But yeah, in terms of Villa, it's dreamland at the moment. I mean, Unai Emery recently celebrated 12 months, 12 months in charge of Villa, and I don't think any Villa fan would have dreamed of what's happened in that 12 months. Like, to have a situation where I think it's only Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool have taken more points than Unai Emery in the 12 months. So yeah, mate, it's absolutely crazy at the moment. It's just brilliant.
We've talked let's talk about like the start of the season because I say Emery, I think he's I think he's a fantastic manager. He did well for Arsenal. I think he overachieved with them. But I started seeing what was your aim? Did you thought right now you thought you'd be high in the league position at the start of the season?
I mean, 22 points from 10 games is unreal. So I'd have to say no. I didn't think we'd be where we are at the moment. And look, I think there's still going to be a couple of like sticky patches throughout the season. Um, and I was saying, the prediction wise, I think if we finished anywhere around 6th, 7th with a good cup run, hopefully winning that Europa Conference League, I'd be absolutely buzzing. But now you're in that position where we're talking 2 or 3 points off top after 10 games, quarter of the season gone. You've got to be thinking, 12 home Premier League wins in a row. You've got to be thinking like this is there for the taking. Like at some point, that notwithstanding us having a couple of dodgy runs. And I think the best thing about it is there's, I'm sure we'll get into it, but we've got loads of different scorers. We've got loads of different ways that we can score goals. So whether that's Watkins, Diaby, McGinn, Louise, Leon Bailey, whoever, we can score goals from loads of different areas. So I wouldn't have said that we'd have as many points as we've got at the moment, but and certainly after that first game where we got beaten 5-1 off Newcastle, but yeah, it's we've got a good side. That's all. That's what I'll say. We have got a good side, and now we're in that position. Let's keep it.
What players have you been impressed with? Because I know we can talk about Watkins. He's on fire as well. But is he the guy that you really impressed with so far?
The last few games, certainly. I think he came under a bit of criticism at the start of the season. he's there to score goals, and he wasn't really scoring goals. But he was still contributing, which is what you can always say with Watkins. But for me, I'd probably say most impressive. I would probably say
Louise.
Luiz. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I forgot about him. He's on form. He's on form.
Yeah, Douglas Luiz, Musa Diaby, I think is a touch of class. Something that we've been missing for a long time. And then I guess surprise players. I'd say Pau Torres at the back and Leon Bailey. I think he's been under a lot of criticism from Villa fans over and most wingers do. I'm sure you guys get frustrated with Hudson Odoi or Elanga or whoever because you want them to beat the fullback every time. But what he's done this season is he's mixed up his game and he's absolutely flying at the moment. So yeah, I'd say Diaby, Luiz in terms of the real standouts, and then I'd say surprise packages Pau Torres for coming in so quickly and Leon Bailey.
What results has been the stick out point for you this season?
I think the 6-1 win against Brighton was tremendous because obviously De Zerbi gets loads of credit. Obviously it's justified, but for us and everyone thought that Brighton would give us a real game, and to be fair, it probably did flatter us a little bit the scoreline. But to win 6-1 is fantastic, and then Chelsea beating Chelsea 1-0 away from home is always.
We've done the same, Richard. We've done the same.
Yeah. Exactly. So we know the feeling. And
Richard, you know the Chelsea game. Like before you played them, did you thought you were winning? Because I had a little thing where you thought we can get a result. What was your feeling before that game?
Yeah, I mean, I guess Chelsea don't have Villa won their last season 2-0. They're having a real difficult time. They can't score goals, and that point they really couldn't score goals. So yeah, you always know, similar to Forest, how Villa played there as well. If you keep it tight, if you keep it solid, they'll give you a chance. And they miss chances. I think they've probably turned it around a little bit now, although Brentford did the same to them that we did and that you did. So yeah, I was very confident. And to be fair to you, I'm confident going into every game as a Villa fan at the moment. Like it's a weird situation to be in, but I'm confident going into every game. So yeah, I did think we could beat them.
What's your thoughts about this game? Let's say, what's your feeling about Forest? Because like I said, our form's hasn't been great, but have you been watching Forest to see how they've been?
I watched a few games earlier on this season, and I was really impressed with them. And I think they've made some really good signings. And I've always really liked Forest. Like I love the atmosphere, the City Ground. I love the history with Clough. Like one of my, other than Villa managers, he's probably my favourite football manager of all time. So got a lot of affection for
love
Cloughy.
That. People make sure everyone's subscribed to Rich the Villa Pod for that. Everyone's subscribed. Carry on, Rich.
But I think, and obviously for them to stay up last season was brilliant, and Cooper's done a great job. At the start of last season, it was all the ridicule about signing all those players and how is he going to get them to settle in and all that, and he did. Like you said before the show, mate, that second season or whatever, that once you've kind of got safety and you're trying to push on, it's always going to be difficult. But I think he's made some good signings, like to get Hudson Odoi, to get Elanga. If you can keep Awoniyi fit, he's a brilliant centre forward in terms of effectiveness. But yeah, just something probably isn't quite clicking at the moment. I would say I don't quite know what it is, but just something isn't quite clicking at the moment. I don't know whether you got what your guys in the comments and what your thoughts on it, but they seem to have all the ingredients to be, like, I would say between that kind of 14th to even pushing maybe 11th, like 10th, 11th place. Like it looks like they've got all the ingredients, but at the moment,
as a Villa fan,
quite there.
As a Villa fan, like let me talk about Forest a little bit. Like the second season, as you know, it's always the hardest one. Do you think Forest? I'm not saying with the players that they've got, and Forest fans get involved as well in the chat. do you think we're a top 10 team? Or do you think, as you said, we're a 10 to, say, 14th or 15th team at this point?
I mean, you're probably looking at the likes of Brentford, Crystal Palace,
Others, yeah.
Everton, you guys. So are you as good? Are you on a level with them? I'd probably say as an 11,
Yeah.
probably yes. Premier League experience, ruthlessness, probably not. Like you see, like that game against Luton was a prime example. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
West Ham or Crystal Palace, or I'd say West Ham are probably higher than that, but get my point. Everton, even they would get 2-0 up and spoil the game and
Yeah.
just see it out, whatever happens. Whereas you've probably there's still a little bit of that naivety around of
Mm.
like of this, let's say the second season in the Premier League, and that's 2 points thrown away there, isn't it? So that's where I would probably say they just need that little bit of know-how to kind of make sure that you get those wins by hook or by crook. But I do think you've got some really good players, and one thing I think you've got that physicality as well. Like he seems to have gone down that route. You know, the likes of Palace had it, the likes of Stoke back in the day.
Yeah.
But you know, you've got a big side that play good football, but are strong, powerful, and will always give teams problems. I guess it's just finding that balance, that kind of just that gel to fix everything together.
I think Forest fans want to know how's our mate Matty Cash playing?
He's doing really well, mate. He's
Is there?
doing really well. He'll always kind of not criticism, but there'll always be an element of with Villa fans like can we do a little bit like if we're pushing really for Champions League, let's say as an argument,
Yeah.
could we potentially upgrade on a Matty Cash type player? And you would probably say yes. However, he seems to always rise to the occasion, and he's never ever not going to give 100%. He can be effective at scoring goals. Emery's played him as right midfield on a number of occasions as well. He's scored goals. He's assisted for goals. He's played really well against Mitoma in the Brighton game. So he's when he's come up one-on-one against a number of really tricky wide men, he's done really well. And yeah, he's a really popular member of the team, and to keep his place in the Unai Emery side is testament to how well he's doing. So yeah, he's really good, man. I really like Matty Cash.
As you know, you're playing what's it called?
Conference League. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you thought like with Villa being in that cup? Do you think he might have been a threat in the Premier League? It hasn't, has it? It's been like you've stepped up to the next level. But like if you do progress to it, I think you will. Do you think it will hinge on you progressing? Even like I say, top 6, even top 4.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Where I think more clubs now. It used to be that you play Sunday, Thursday, then you play Sunday, and it seemed to be like a thing that teams really struggled with.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, this season and maybe a couple of seasons past, it seems to have got a little bit less and less that. West Ham seem to be doing okay in Europe. Last season, obviously, they struggled in the league and then turned it around at the end. But this season, they seem to be doing okay. Brighton are doing okay with it once they've kind of got used to it. The first game I think that Villa had in Europe was a tough task against Legia Warsaw away. We didn't play very well, lost 3-2. Came back and won the following game in the league, and then we got a 1-0 win in the last minute in the second game in the group stage, and then that kind of kicked them on, and it seems to have spurred them on a little bit. And when you've got a bit of competition for places, when you haven't got too many injuries, the likes of Yuri Tielemans comes in, or Leon Bailey comes in for Europe. Diego Carlos comes in for European games. You're bringing these players in who probably could be pushing for a start, and they're then playing really well in Europe. So that in that sense, it's been really good. And we've also got Alex Moreno to come back fit, and we've got.
I remember Forrest linked with him.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of players to come back. So I don't think maybe towards the back end of it, Emery probably has a decision to make. If we get to sort of quarterfinals of the Conference League and we're pushing for top 4 in the league, let's hope he might have a decision to make. But at the moment, I think it's still fairly early season, and players want to play games, and it's not too bad at the moment, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Question, Rich, and like I was listening to Talk Sport, and I was talking about Emery, and like I said, he's doing well for Aston Villa. But I don't know if you've watched it, they're saying about Emery, because Emery's a top manager. Do you think you're worried about he might go to a, like Man U being shocking, like Chelsea just as well? As a Villa fan, and as well, if there's any Villa fans watching this, are you worried that he might go to? I'm not saying Villa deserve to be where they are because of the form. Are you worried he might go to like a more big balanced team? If you get what I mean.
I get what you're saying. I don't think so. I mean, you can never say never, but he got burned. He got burned at Arsenal a little bit. He got burned at PSG. He seems to be a manager that likes to kind of create something at a club. So, similar to what Klopp did at Liverpool, not to at the extent of Villa, don't get me wrong, but he seems to like taking a project on. So, like, he did the same with Villarreal, he did the same with Sevilla, and I don't think he would leave this Villa situation so soon after kind of getting us into Europe, and then potentially looking at pushing us into a Champions League spot. Now, if maybe next season, for example, it's not going quite as well, and then someone else comes in, then you never ever know. But I just can't see it. He signed the longest contract of a manager in Villa's history. So we've got him tied up. We've basically built the whole club around him, so he's been able to bring all his own staff in, all his own scouting network. It's a risk from Villa's perspective because you've kind of put all your eggs in that one basket. But in terms of that loyalty, he seems like a man of kind of quite high principles. I don't think he would do it. And also, to a certain extent, mate, Man United, are Man United a more attractive proposition than Aston Villa?
Not now.
Are Chelsea a more attractive proposition than Aston Villa?
Money-wise, money.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about Chelsea, it's money. And that's why I asked a question, because I said money talks in football, people. And with Villa, the way Villa are like doing fantastic on performance in the league, cup, but it's always money that always is the final word. Two more questions. That's Rich. People make sure you're going to subscribe to the channel. Make sure everyone subscribe to Rich's channel as well. Villa Park Pod. It's in the title, so please go and subscribe to my channel and Rich's channel as well. Rich, like I said, your form now. Do you think you'll finish in top 4?
No, I don't think we'll quite do the top 4.
Why? Why not? Why not?
Well, yeah. Why not? I think we should go for it, absolutely. But I think you probably got Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then you've probably got Newcastle, Villa, if we can sustain it. Who's that? Who else is there around there? Maybe Brighton, but they seem to be dropping off a little bit. I think we're probably looking at. I think we could probably do. I think 5th or 6th. I think would be where we will be looking, and 5th could get Champions League.
You'll definitely finish above Arsenal. Shout out to Gunnar Lee. He's a big Arsenal fan. Shout out to Lee. Yeah, but I just think. I think you'll surprise a lot of teams.
Well, yeah, I guess home form wise, winning 12 home Premier League games in a row across the 2 seasons, it shows how strong we are now at Villa Park. We've beaten the likes of Newcastle there, we've beaten Brighton there twice, we've beaten Tottenham across the 2 seasons, we've beaten West Ham. If we can get a big result against a Man City or an Arsenal or a Liverpool, particularly at Villa Park, then I'd start to say, yes, we can really get in that top 4. I would really say that. However, at the moment, we got the 2 games we've lost away at Newcastle and away at Liverpool, and we kind of got schooled by Liverpool. So I need to see a result against one of the real big boys. Not, I know we can beat Chelsea. I know we can beat West Ham. I know we can beat, Brighton. But can we do it against Arsenal or Man City?
People in the comments, what's your score predictions for Sunday's game? I'll be there as well as usual, doing my video in. So make sure if you see me get in a vlog and do a score prediction as well, people. And I'll do people in the chat as well. Where do you think Villa will finish as well in the league table? Rich, last but not least, what is your score prediction for Sunday's game?
Well, do you know what I've said it before. Nottingham Forest is a tough, like the City Ground is a tough place to go, and you guys need a result. You need a result, don't you? And who's ask you a quick question. We've got a bit of time, mate. So, who's is a 1 year back fit? Is like who's likely to be the front? The attacking lineup.
Well, Taiwan, he come on against Liverpool for the last 30 minutes. As I know, people saw the conference from Steve Cooper. He's got like an injury. We don't know what it is, basically. What if he can play a full 90 minutes, if he can play another 30 minutes, we don't know. But as far as fans know, Steve Cooper, he likes to trick the media. He likes to trick media because we don't know. We don't even know who's going to play. Like I said, he said Danilo back on the grass as well. Will he play? We don't know. But Taiwan could start for Forest. So he could be a threat for you lot. I think Taiwan is a threat. He's a threat.
Will Gibbs White start? Will Hudson-Odoi start?
Gibbs White will definitely start. Hudson-Odoi, he's injured.
Right.
This is the problem. Like, he didn't play against Liverpool. I think he was out. Cooper said he was out for, was it 3 or 6 weeks? 3 weeks, I think. 6 weeks, I think it was. People in the chat, is it 6 weeks or 3 weeks? I don't know. One of the two. It's like with Derek Origi as well. He's out for quite a while as well. So, Rich, I can't even actually give you an answer to that because we don't know what if we could play a Lang up front like we did against Liverpool, but it just didn't work. It didn't work. So, Hudson-Odoi could Tabo could start. We don't know. But people in chat, what do you think? Do you think he'll start? Yes or no?
I guess then in that case, because I think if 1 or 2 of those players are really who could do a lot of damage, I would say, because that's gonna impact the way that Steve Cooper will approach the game. And like when we played you at home at your ground last season, as I say, it was under the previous manager. You really went for us, and you had Dennis, and you had 1 or 2 players, and you really went for Villa and scared us. You scored, then we scored, and then it was kind of, it was kind of backs against the wall for Villa really in that game. But then the reverse fixture when Emery was in charge and Villa were on that really brilliant run, and you guys were trying to get points to kind of stay in the league. It was very much like 10 men behind the ball.
That game hurt me.
Yeah,
that game hurt me so much, man. That game hurt me so much. I don't know if you remember, people and Forest fans. I'm sorry, I do apologise. That John Joe Selvey, he just gave the ball to who was it? Who scored for you? I think it was Traore. Yeah. Oh, that Forest fans. I do apologise for that. That was just. And now he didn't play with Forest no more. That stupid mistake. That was his last game. I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the last game. So thank you, Villa.
So I think he will. I think Cooper, even though you're the home side, I think he will play more reserved in terms of not committing too many men forward. And in that sense, I think we've got players that can do a lot of damage. Like I said before, Moussa Diaby. If Watkins isn't getting the spaces, then Diaby will get the spaces. McGinn can cause problems. Louise can cause problems. Zaniolo or Leon Bailey. So there's lots of players. If he decides to put Matty Cash into that midfield area, he can pop up and score a goal as well. So,
oh no, he can't score, bastard! That's not happening. That's what happening.
So that's I think Villa will. I think Villa will win. I think it'd be a fairly tight encounter, but I think it'll probably be. We tend to concede. We've only kept 2 clean sheets this season, but we are scoring goals like with the second top scorers in the league.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say 3-1 Villa.
No, I'm not having that. No, I'm not having that, Rich. There's not a chance. People in the comments, what do you think? Do you agree with Rich? Do you think 3-1 Aston Villa? I'll get mine in. We've got. I don't know if you know. We've got a fantastic home record. We've not lost.
Tough place to go.
Yeah, we've not lost.
I think you've only won 1 this season, though, isn't it? At home.
Yeah, that against Sheffield United. Sheffield United 2-1 as well. So, but I still feel that we can get. Forest fans, it's a draw, bad result because of the way Villa are going on. It's not bad, but I just feel what happened against Liverpool and Luton. I think we need a massive reaction from them 2 games. So I'm going to say, I'll say 2-1 Forest. I'll say, but we can't write off Villa. We cannot write Villa off. They're a good side. They're playing fantastic football, but I've got to say, I would say draw, but I've got to say 2-1. Yeah. Sorry, Rich. I've got to disagree with you.
Go for it. You've got to go for it.
I've got to go for it. Forest fans might say I'm deluded and all that nonsense, but
it seemed people are fairly confident in the comments. So
people are confident. People in the chat. What's the score prediction for Sunday's game? Right, Rich, has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
As always,
on the channel.
Always, mate.
Make sure everyone goes subscribe to Villa Park Pod as well. Are you doing a show straight after this?
Yeah, we'll be on at 20 to 10. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to jump in, guys.
People go and jump in there. I'll go and watch that as well. Very decent chat as well. Talking about the game on Sunday. So make sure everyone goes subscribe to the channel as well. Before we do go, like I said, I've got the review show on Sunday at 8 o'clock. If you're a member, like I said, repeat, a member of my channel, 2 people that can come on and talk about the Villa game when we win. So if you do want to come on the channel and talk about the game on Sunday, you've got to be a member. I repeat, a member. Please come on and we'll talk about the game. It'll be me and Rads that'll be on Sunday, so it should be a good show. Right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Rich, for coming on the show. Make sure, like I say, everyone go subscribe to Villa Park Pod and make sure go and show some love to his channel and put the Mighty Reds on it as well. Big game for Forest. Can we win? If we don't, could be in massive trouble. I love Cooper. I love Cooper to bits, but we need a result on Sunday. Thank you everyone for watching, and make sure you see me on Sunday for the game and the review show as well. Peace, love, people, and Rich, up the Forest.
Cheers.